wish you and every member in this auditorium best luck, because when you are listening on Nari Shakti, you will have long life. So don't be afraid that somebody will be there by that time. On the dais, the honorable dignitaries, Mr. R.K. Mishra, we listened to Mr. Anil Harish. He gave a very important inputs. Aniruddha Kulkarni, Kamlesh Thakur, Nihar Thakre, and all dignitaries in the auditorium also. All of us we have listened to the budget, but also there is a need to mention about the economic survey report which has been published for day before. And there has been increase in the sex ratio at birth for girls in the country, because it has been a very burning issue all the time, last 30-40 years, that the number of girls which are born, that number is reducing just because of using PCPNDT techniques or violation of the PCPNDT Act, also self-determination techniques and misuse of the technology. So keeping this in mind, Mr. Narendra Modi, he has taken Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. So in this context, I do feel that there are some, I would say, success to this mission. Now this is the third tenure for his work. But we could see that there is a continuity since 2014 in this regard, and there is a slight increase. Still, when it comes to Maharashtra state, we are very notorious and mischievous in many districts. So we are having the least ratio in the birth of the girls and daughters, whom we call them a Nari Shakti. But we want to finish that Nari Shakti in the moment itself. So along with this, also the Jal Jeevan Mission is saving women's time. And now Women's Savings Group will participate in rooftop solar energy. Generally, women empowerment is only, we are trying to connect only with the Bachat Gat or SHGs or more and more women getting money from the bank. But along with that, I do feel that this government has tried to incorporate the sustainable development goals to some extent when it comes to having the budget also. We may have our Indian names to that, like Nirbhur Chulha, but on the other hand, there are many schemes which are done basically to, I would say, protect the environment. And also, when it comes to the rural economy, there is a new scheme which is coming into existence, Mahatma Gandhi Gram Swaraj Yojana, which is going to focus on textile industry, handlooms, handicrafts, and will become backbone of the rural economy. In Maharashtra's perspective, I would also like to mention that a new scheme has been announced for cotton production, and the provisions are made of coconut, cashew and sandalwood, which will be able to help farmers in the coastal area. Because generally there has been lot of discussions since many years that कोकणचा California करू, but California सुद्धा probably this measure. Along with that, the government in the central budget it talks about Mahatma Gandhi Gram Swaraj Yojana and also the youth power budget. And all of us, we are well conversant that India has the largest young power working, who will be working and who are leading in different parts of the globe. And when we consider for the future for 2047, we see that lot of youth are exploring for more and more skills in the land and along with the abroad also. So keeping this in mind, the government has made significant announcement to boost various types of tourism. So tourism should not be looked upon only as for recreation or for creating money for the local people. But what we have learned the lesson in last few years is that whether it was Kumbh or whether it was different type of pilgrimage, many states have been benefited in millions because of the religious tourism. So it is, I would consider it as an industry. It is not only religious tourism. So keeping this in mind, I would say that the special fund announced for the development and renovation of temples, and I do feel that the temples are the centers of our culture. Late Hindu Samrat Balasaheb Thackeray, when I first time became the MLC, and I asked him on which topics I should consider, and he said that there are thousands and lakhs of people, millions of people who are traveling to various areas, but they are not having safety, they are not having water, they are not having any facilities. So if as a MLC you can try to do that, that will be very helpful. So along with praying to the God, I think creating infrastructure which is safe and where there will be less accidents or people getting stampeded and things like that. Maybe this will be quite helpful. Also, along with that, in tourism, I looked at the perspective of gender equality to have safe tourism for women, because we are coming across some of the incidences in rural parts or also in the urban parts of India, where single women who are traveling from abroad or even in India, they get a very negative experience by men in the local areas, and sometimes they are killed. There have been incidents of rape, there have been incidents of sexual harassment even in the cabs. So keeping this in mind, again and again globally there was a discussion coming up that there is a need for safe tourism with 2 points. One, more and women travelers are traveling all over the world alone. They will like to have safe cities, they will like to have safe villages, they will like to have safe life. Similar is with the Indian women. At this moment, when we are thinking about safe tourism, we will have to also concentrate on safe tourism. Along with that, there is 12.2 lakh crore has been made for the development of small and medium cities, which are having population over 5 lakhs. I think that's very pertinent because we have been going towards urbanization very fast. But along with that, how much infrastructure we are able to create with so much of exodus, and what we have been experiencing in Mumbai and many cities, that they are becoming mega cities. But along with that, we come across incidents of men and women falling from the trains because they are not able to get proper support in the traveling process. So in this moment, I feel that if there is a quality of life which is better at the local level, that maybe they will be getting also employment in the rural areas also. And especially, we can see that with the good infrastructure which has been created in the last 10 years, what we could see that totally face of Maharashtra is changing very fast. You must be traveling to different parts of Maharashtra, but whenever I travel to Jalgaon, Buldana, Vidarbha, Konkan, we could see better roads. I won't say, or I won't claim that they are 100% perfect. They still need more support, especially for fresh toilets or child rearing, some places where we can have better support system to all people, especially with special needs. But still, I feel that though there are many accidents happening because our people are not accustomed to that fast speed like Samruddhi Marga. So sometimes how to train our drivers and how to see to it that the service sector will be able to have more safe life. That is also need of the time. But I do feel that the small and medium cities with a population of 5 lakhs having better support will be very useful. Also, I would like to mention that though there has been continuous some more investment in pharmaceutical, but the global drug manufacturing hub is something which is very need of the time. And we as a people from Maharashtra, I am always concerned that there are many pharmaceuticals who are going to different states of Maharashtra, like Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, Uttaranchal, Gujarat, or there have been industrial hubs and hubs after acres and acres where pharmaceuticals have shifted. So in this regard, I feel that medicines, the prices of cancer and diabetes are going to decrease, which is a very important point. But along with that, the 10,000 crore provision for the biopharma sector and 5 regional medical tourism hubs will transform the face of the health sector. I think regional medical tourism, maybe as we are in Mumbai and Pune, sometimes we don't realize how difficult it must be for people who are coming from the rural areas to get authentic and safe medical treatment, because we come across different types of patients who are being deceived. So in this context only, there are schemes like Mahatma Phule Yojana by the state, but Government of India has also come out with Ayushman Bharat, where any senior citizen can register and they can get better health or insurance through this regard. There is also youth power. It is supposed to be youth power budget, where in Eastern India 5 university townships and training of 10,000 guides and 20 tourist sites will enhance employment. Along with that, there are going to be urban development and 7 ultra high-speed rail corridors, such as Mumbai, Pune, Hyderabad. But I do feel that sometimes destiny smiles and gives us an example where to stand. Because at one point, earlier day it was announced that Mumbai, Pune will get the fastest train, and next day we were held up for 16 hours in Mumbai, Pune Pragati Marg, where people had to suffer a lot. I was also one of them. But what we could understand that also we have to come out with disaster management in the state, and we are hopeful that in the Maharashtra budget we will be having already this announcement that Mr. Eknath Shinde has already given directions regarding disaster management on the highways. But along with that also we have to train the civil society how to tackle such situations and how we can really be helpful for each other in such circumstances. There is 12.2 lakh crore provision for urban development, and along with that Pune, Hyderabad will also get communicated. By fulfilling the promise to keep the fiscal deficit below 4.5 of GDP, the government has demonstrated its fiscal discipline. I always feel that there has been so much discussion and trolling to Nirmala Sitharaman ji, but for her courage, and she is so unperturbed, there is something very